Alrighty, here we go. Hello everybody, Jade Arrow here once again, and today I'm specking a 3v3 match on Dry Arabia between some middle to higher ranked players. All these guys are within the 17 to 20k range, and this is on Dry Arabia, which everybody knows Arabia. Its most popular map played, and Dry Arabia, basically the same thing. Except on Dry Arabia, if you look around the minimap, there's no pawns. So very convenient, and it's not played as often, but it's definitely a great map. So I will introduce the players here. Our first player for Team 1, for the left flank, playing in the orange as the Berbers, we have Sentio, and his pocket to the southwest of the map in the magenta, playing as the Teutons, we have Luca. And then towards the south of the map on the right flank, in the teal, as the Ethiopians, we have Reti. Kind of sounds like what the Britain's female villagers say. Reti. That makes up Team 1. Team 2, our right flank in the green as the Indians, we have BSP, and his pocket, playing in the red as the Portuguese, we have David, and the left flank for that team in the blue as the Japanese, we have that guy. I'm not even going to try with that one. I'll probably just call him blue this game. So looking at the map, what I'm seeing is that our two flanks on both sides are relatively close. Now, this is a very large map, so they're not actually too close, but both flanks are fairly close to each other, and the pockets are way far away. I mean, just look how far away Red is from his flanks here. And so we could see some players be in a bit of trouble early on. And both pockets, the Teutons and the Portuguese, I would probably favor the Teutons. Just because they can get their knights, they can get Cavalier in the Imperial Age, and so can the Portuguese. But the Portuguese do not have great cavalry. They don't get Paladin, don't get Heavy Camel, don't get Hussar, and they do have great archers here with hand cannon and arbalests, and decent infantry. Their siege is not the best, but they have everything they need. But I think the Teutons are so much better. They get Paladin, they get great infantry, they get great siege. So I think I would favor the Teutons as a pocket. On the left flank, Berbers versus the Japanese. Fairly even matchup. They can pretty much go for the same things up until Castle Age when they get their unique units out. And I would definitely favor the Berbers unique unit. The Camel Archers, one of the best unique units in the game, in my opinion. And on this side, Ethiopians versus the Indians. I would probably have to favor the Indians. Their economy bonus is really good with 10% cheaper villagers. So that is a great economy bonus for them. They also get camels. They get imperial camels. They don't get knights, which is kind of strange. I think they're the only civ in the game that don't get knights at all. But they have very mobile units with pretty much what you'll see is the Imperial Camel in every match just because of how strong it is. Ethiopians, they can go with archers with 15% faster archer firing. and can also go for the Shoto Warrior, which is, I think, it's one of my favorites unique units in the game. It's not overly strong. It's got high attack with 18 attack, fairly low health, but fastest creation time in the game. I think it's less than a second. If you get all the upgrades, they create in less than a second and do so much damage. One of my favorite things to do with them is just group up an army of maybe 20 of them, run underneath the town center and just take it out. They just do so much damage. It's kind of insane. You really have to see it just to appreciate how incredible it is. And right now, everyone is just doing your typical Dark Age buildup. And Orange is doing a makeshift wall over here. He does a pretty good map for it. You can just wall through using this gold, and he can still use it, and then continue the wall over into this wood line, and wall down there, and then just continue walling around. So Orange actually has a pretty wallable map, and as does Teal on this side. He's completely surrounded by trees. And Green as well could also wall up if he felt like it. And there are quite a few deer out here, and also extra berries. There are more wolves than there would commonly be, but the lack of, or the increase of food out in the map really makes it beneficial if any of these guys want to go out and get it. Looks like Luca is doing that, and he's decided to mill these deer. Not the best placement for a mill, probably right there would have been better, but I don't think that Luca was aware of that when they placed the mill, so it's okay, I'll let it slide. And yeah, Orange is just going to wall up here, and Luca could advance to the feudal age right now, but probably going to delay that just to build the economy for a fast castle. And Orange is going to be there, probably the first one there. And then Blue is probably going to be close behind. And then both these pockets are going to soon follow. Yeah, Blue is now advancing. Teal's up, and Green is going to be behind shortly. And I noticed that Teal has gone for a very late Drush. He's probably planning on upgrading them to Man-at-Arms, and that is what he's decided to do. But this is very late, and the reason you would go out earlier with your militia is kind of this reason right here, is by the time they get there, your target's already going to be walled up. So in order to get through, he's going to have to go all the way around here, and then come all the way back down. And by that time, I think Green's going to have enough of a defense. He's got some scouts in his stable already, and yeah, he probably saw the men-at-arms coming by, so he's just going to wall up here, which makes this part of his base pretty secure. And if Teal loops around on this side, he could harass this wood line, which would be annoying, but not very deadly. And I think Green's going to be just fine with these scouts. He's going to defend, and if Teal's not paying attention, he's going to run into this town center and take a lot of free hits. And he's gone right past, and yeah, he's going to take a few volleys. And it's going to knock off some HP, which will make these scouts probably able to finish off this army. Especially if he baits him back towards the town center. But over on this side, Blue has also gone for a Drush of his own and upgraded Man-at-Arms. This is definitely more effective than Teal's would be, the Japanese getting bonus attack speed on their infantry, And look at that. Blue's already managed to pick off all 3 of the scouts from Orange on this side. As probably he's close to picking off that spear. And Orange is in a bit of trouble on this side. Still making scouts. And these Man-at-Arms are all still alive and fairly healthy. I've got near full health and 2 half healths. But Orange is going to do some quick walls on this side and keep his wood line secure, so that's good for him. And Blue's just going to turn around here, loses 1 Man-at-Arms, loses the second one, and going to take out that spear and that scout before that Man-at-Arms died. That was a really effective rush from him. He got 4 scouts and a spear for 3 Man-at-Arms and a scout. That was some great value from him. And over on this side, the Man-at-Arms didn't work out too well for Teal. They kind of got cleaned up by the scouts. And now green scouts are roaming around here. Did get some quick walls from Reddy over on this side, so he will be safe here, and gonna just get the wood line up as well, and barely gonna get that up, but he has trapped some villagers in here, which are going to be idle, so that's still kind of a victory for green, because even though he hasn't killed anything, he stopped the Drush in his own base, as well as made at least 5 villagers idle. And there's the defensive spears from Teal, but green's not even going to bother. He's just going to go straight past and head straight to Luca. And Luca is up to castle and has 2 stables out, and it looks like has decided to go for military over economy. No town centers yet, and has instead put up 2 stables. And red surely isn't going to be far behind in the Castle Age. He actually has more gold than he needs and not enough food, so he's going to throw down some farms now just so he can get up to Castle Age. He hasn't even clicked up yet. He doesn't have the food. So he's going to be quite farther behind. But green is going to loop around with these scouts and harass the gold line. Picked off 1 villager, and he might find himself a second one. But Luca is coming out with knights now. I'm not sure where they're going to go with that. If they're going to go help defend on their flanks, or just head straight for the pocket. And on this side, blue has come out with archers, and there is a hill right there, so that's really nice for them. And I will just be able to sit on that hill with these archers. And Orange is going to put down 2 archer ranges of his own and come out with skirmishers just to defend from this. That will put his economy behind little, but he does have the farms and the lumberjacks, and he will be able to keep that up. But that does leave his wood line right open. Blue can just slip through right there and just harass his wood line, which will be annoying. He might find himself 1 or 2 villagers, but not a whole lot. And Teal has gone forward with archers of his own to come into Red's base. And Red is up to the Castle Age. He's clicked up, and it's going to be going for archers of its own. And I would have to favor the Ethiopian archers with their 15% faster firing speed. It is better than Portuguese archers, who get no real bonus that I know of. I think, yeah, they do get minus 15 gold. Minus 15% gold on all units. So, it's not the worst choice from him to go with archers, but he could go with better options. I think knights would be better, but crossbow could work for him. And Luca's going over here with the knights and is going to clean up Blue's feudal army. And Blue does have some spears in defense, so these knights might not be too effective. Red sent a villager over here probably to build some forward military buildings, and it's going to get picked off by the wolf. It's really unfortunate. And Teal still hasn't found a way into Red's base. Red did manage a quick wall with the market, and it's stone walled behind, so it doesn't look like Teal's going to be able to find anything with his army. And it looks like Green's still here with these scouts, and going to be doing a bit of harassment, but they're going to be chased down by these knights. But they did stay alive a lot longer than they should have, and gotten a bit of harassment in on purple here. And now Luca's thrown down 2 town centers. Green's also up and thrown down a town center right there. It's sadly the best spot for him. He got really unlucky with these hills around his base, and that's like the only spot he can put down a town center. So that's really tragic. But it happens, random generation. And he's going to put one right there, and that's not a bad spot for him. And he's going to be coming out with camels and engaging all these archers. It's not the best choice from him. I think Teal could just sit on that hill and just pick off these camels. And I think he still could. And he probably will. He's lost 1 archer, and Green's lost 1 camel. That one's on half health. And it looks like Teal's just going to wedge himself right in these trees and turn around and shoot at these camels. And these camels probably going to come out to Luca and do whatever damage they can manage. But now, purple and orange have broken into Blue's base, and Luca's gonna head straight for the gold mine. And I think if orange uses these skirmishers to pick off the archers, then this could be very bad for Blue. He's run away with these villagers. I'm not sure where they're gonna go, and it looks like we have a bit of lag at the moment. And hopefully nobody drops, because that would be pretty unfortunate. This is kind of the problem with HD, is this lag that tends to happen. But really not a whole lot you can do about it. Just wait for it to be over. But I think I would have to favor Team 1 down here at the bottom of the map. Orange has kind of been untouched for most of this game. This push here from Blue in Dark and Early Feudal Age was pretty effective and did kill quite a few scouts, but other than that, Orange has been pretty untouched and allowed to boom up. And same on this side. Teal's kind of walled up and all alone. And now these camels are pushing forward, and looks like Red is going to come and join over here. And Camel's not the best raiding unit, but I think all he's trying to do is take out as many knights as he can. And these two armies are going to pass right by each other, and they're not going to fight. They're just going to run straight past. But red has gotten Bodkin Arrow, so it looks like he's just going to go full crossbow. And not a bad strategy from him. But I think if purple masses the knights, it's not going to be enough. But these camels have broken through and harassed this gold line. Yes. And yeah, look at this damage from blue. The entire gold has been denied, and his other gold, I'm not sure where it is. It's over here, so he can't get gold. So it's a big problem from him, because that's really what he needs. He is up to castle, but he can't do anything with no gold. He does have 400 gold, and he's gone with crossbow and a bunch of archers, which orange is just going to make more skirmishers to counter the archers. And red is going to come over here and try and help out with whatever he can. And I think blue will be able to push this back. He's going to lose some crossbow, but he will be able to defend. And he's going to throw down a town center over here. And I think a good idea from him is just to get a bunch of stone and put a castle right there, just to defend these minerals and his base. But green's actually managed to take out, I think that's 6 knights, and there's 7, and only lost 2 camels. So really effective, good, cost-effective trade-off from him. He's come forward with more camels. So teal's breaking into green's base, green's breaking into purple's base, and red's coming over to help blue. But orange is up to castle, putting out a siege workshop, which is a great idea. A couple great mangonel shots could take out both red and blue's army. And purple looks to be in a bit of trouble here. He's put up a monastery to make some monks just to convert this. And I'm not sure why the GG is being called. Might just be because, okay, yeah, it makes sense now. Teal's come in with massive army of these crossbows, and green doesn't have a way to defend it. Siege workshop there's been denied, town center there has been taken out, and green doesn't have a whole lot to defend against this. Over on this side, they were just barely holding on, and I don't know, I think maybe they should have, kept going just for a while longer, because green was doing a lot of harassment on this side, but I think that green just felt like he couldn't deal with these crossbow, so he wasn't able to help. I mean, red was still fine up here, and was going to come out with more crossbows just to help defend this side. But I don't know, I think if the game had kept going, then the team to the south of the map would have just overwhelmed their opponents. So, good job from everybody, and that's going to be it for this video. And thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate every one of you people, and I will see you all in the next video.